Hello and welcome to this lesson on the immune system. Within this lesson, what I want to try and focus on is as much as you can do with your food, movement and lifestyle habits to try and support your immune system. Whatever you can do to take pressure off your immune system, it's going to function at a better rate when it's needed. And this was going to come back to your symptoms. So as a holistic nutritionist, nutritional therapist, that's what I work on. I work on how your body is communicating with you and what it's saying. So if you're going to go to your doctor, you're going to go to your doctor generally because of something. Something doesn't feel right, something's not moving right. That is a symptom in itself. But I want you to be more aware of how your body's feeling. So I'm going to use food, movement, and lifestyle to help support your immune system. We're going to talk a little bit about your immune system, how it works, and then go from there. Your immune system is kind of divided into two. So you got your innate immune system and your adaptive immune system. What you really need to know is your innate is your non-specific. So if you feel something coming on, it's just going to be a blanket approach that your immune system gets working on this. It's your first line of defense. It's both a physical barrier and a chemical barrier. The cells of the innate immune system literally patrol the body looking for threats, and as soon as they find something, they mount an attack to that threat. The adaptive immune system, which is a lot slower, this produces antibodies, which we'll talk about a little bit, but it's more of a complex response from your immune system. And the immune system also maintains a memory of the antibody that it's used to deal with any threat. So just think of an antibody as a special medicine to help an individual pathogen to remove it from the body. Where the innate immune system is more like a Pac-Man, and he just goes around and he eats everything up to get rid of it. Okay. The adaptive immune system is the one that vaccines are based on. So where is your immune system in the body? So the immune system can really be found on the outer layer of the body because it's trying to protect the body from the outside, but it's also then again on the inside in the gut. So your skin, the lining of your respiratory system, your lymph system, your spleen, stomach acid, and your gut bacteria. Think of your skin as literally a big bag that holds your body together. It's that bag that stops stuff from leaving, but also stops stuff from entering. It heals, okay? The skin heals when you cut it, and that's to keep that physical barrier nice and strong. And on the skin, there's immune cells, and that's your chemical, and that's to help fight off anything that actually comes in contact with your skin. We also then have the respiratory system. So your respiratory system is covered in cilia, and these are like hair-like projections, and they catch pathogens, and they ideally push it in the direction away from your lungs. So try and think of it like a carpet that's pushing the disease pathogen away from where you do not want it to be. Then we've got your lymph system. So your lymph system, this is a second circulatory system that moves fluid around the body, and the fluid contains white blood cells, and white blood cells are the backbone essentially of your immune system. These cells are like your Pac-Man, and they clean up debris, toxins, and unwanted bacteria and viruses which are found in the body. Your lymph system is generally found around openings, so the throat, the groin. Anywhere there's an opening to the body, there's a high concentration of lymph nodes. So swollen glands, so if you ever feel like your glands are swollen, that's generally your lymph system firing to say, I've caught something, I'm working. There's also a very high concentration around the armpit. These can become inflamed when they're blocked up. So there's certain ways of moving lymph around the body, which we will talk about. But ideally, you don't want it getting blocked. That's when we kind of run into trouble. Your spleen, then, this is the area where your body makes red blood cells. It also filters the blood, and this can fight off certain bacteria when it comes into the spleen and gets filtered. stomach acid. So stomach acid is the compound that's released when we're about to receive food into the stomach. This acid is there to kill off any harmful pathogens that make their way down into the stomach. It also has different roles in protein absorption and mineral absorption, which we'll talk about. So 60 to 80% of your gut is found in your gut-associated lymphoid tissue. Think of your body like a ring donut, okay? There's an opening at the top, there's an opening at the end, and it's open throughout the middle of the donut. The same is kind of true for the inside of the body. So your mouth is an opening, anus is another opening, but within, from the mouth to the anus, is literally exposed to the outside world. And that's where your gut bacteria will live. Does that make sense? So just think of it, it is the outside world. We come in contact with the outside world through whatever we put into our mouth, whatever we breathe. So think of the inside of the body as being the outside of the body. Your guts is lined with different immune cells. So your mast cells are a cell you'll find down there, and they can coordinate a response to pathogens or toxins or anything that the body finds down there that shouldn't be there. So your gut bacteria can activate your immune response. This is going to regulate inflammation, because inflammation is an immune response. We are looking to take inflammation down, so there's no pressure on the immune system running constantly that shouldn't be there. So your beneficial helpful bacteria produce antimicrobial substance and provide a chemical barrier against harmful pathogens that make their way through the inside / the outside of your body. Then we're going to talk about different cells. So you don't really need to know this. You can't actively do much to say, oh, a T cell is going to work now, a helper T cell and B cell. But pretty much these cells are there to help your immune system, and they'll be called upon with different pathogens, different problems that occur within the immune system. So you got your T cells, you got your killer T cells, you've got your helper cells, and you got your B cells. Not much that we really need to know there. What is a virus, and what do you need to know about a virus? So a virus, they're parasitic in nature, so they need a host to live off. They can't live without a host. So the difference between bacteria and viruses: bacteria produce byproducts, so they'll produce toxins. And it's these toxins that can make us sick. So think of the Pac-Man that comes along and he's just eating all of those toxins, and that's what's going to make us better. So you either kill off the bacteria or remove those toxins. Viruses, on the other hand, invade cells. They break through the cell membrane. So every cell has like a double layer on the outside. It's called a cell membrane. And it should stay fluid. But what that cell membrane does is it controls what enters and what leaves the cell. A virus will try and break through that membrane and get into the cell. And when it gets into the cell, that's when it creates damage inside that cell, so tissue damage. But once inside that cell, the virus the immune system can't see that virus. And that's why the immune system has to produce an antibody. It's like a flag to say, hey, this cell is sick, get rid of it. But the problem is, and that's why it takes longer for the body to adapt, because it's not easy for the immune system to see it straight blanket. See it needs to actually find it. So the immune system has to spend time flagging which cells have been invaded by the virus. And then once they've identified that, the complete cell needs to be destroyed. That's why a virus recovery is so slow, because you've literally killed off so many cells. But if it's bacterial, you're killing off that toxin, you're killing off that problem. You don't need to kill off the whole cell. So